Hi everyone. It's been a while since my last upload. December was quite busy. There's a lot of things happened since then. So the one major big thing is that I actually left the Redline garage and moved and opened to my own place. So moving took longer than I expected. Getting ramps ready, moving tools, toolboxes, making some workbenches to actually work on. And then not only to move all the stuff, you also have to organize them so you can work efficiently. So filming had to go on a pause while I focus on settling in. In the new place, the first video, we're gonna have this Toyota Verso. This car was actually sold to the customer. To my understanding, he was driving on a motorway and then suddenly car was over revving itself. So it had like runaway fuel, which basically means something has failed and was giving fuel to the engine without ECU telling that it needs fuel. Typically that's going to be your turbo that's chucking oil into the combustion and it's burning, so you got like fuel that can't be controlled. Basically car just over revs by itself. You don't stop it on time. You can kill the engine that way. And then yeah, so the car was returned to the dealer, it was refunded, and now it's here so I can work on it with no rush, no pressure. So yeah, I'm gonna show you what's happening with it so you can see it yourself. I'll show you. So we turn the key, I have charged the battery was empty, and so this is what happens. So you can crank, but it's not gonna start whatever you do. So I already diagnosed it and this is what we get. So here we can see, hopefully you guys can see it. So it's P1604 startability fault. And on these engines, the startability is indicating that the injectors is faulty. Well, at least in my experience. It could be something else, but from my experience, this is the problem that we had. And I actually, a long time ago, I didn't know what that mean, and we changed a lot of parts and we thought it's a fuel issue because we're thinking it can't be that all four injectors going in the same time, because typically what you're gonna get is just one injector fails but car still runs and misfires. But on these engines, I don't know why, once one of the injectors goes, all other one also goes in the same time. So I have spoke with the dealer and we agreed that we're gonna put new injectors. So this is what I'm gonna do and see if that cures the car and starts it up. It could be also possibility that once I start the car that it runs, but actually we got faulty turbo. That's what's actually causing the runaway fuel. So it could be two issues there, but first thing, before we can proceed on a turbo or anything else, we have to make sure that the car actually starts. Sometimes you need to take this cowl off if you can't take the injectors, and you need to put like slide hammer or something like that. So what we're gonna do, so I'm gonna try to remove all the injectors without taking this cowl off, and so yeah, and then go from there. Another thing to mention is, although we're not gonna be reusing these injectors, but what we can do is still mark them, which is first, second, third or fourth. So these pipes are 14 and here is also 14 mil. And that's the second one off. So now we're gonna take the wiring loom off. Let's close this one before something falls inside. there. So this wiring can go like this. Gives us a little bit more space. So now I'm gonna open these bolts on the return pipe, and I believe they are 14 as well. Just something to keep in mind when you're removing these is that they have washers, and typically those washers are connected, and they're like C-clamps. So you can see this one snap because it was like glued itself to the bolt, and as you crack it off, it just snapped. And there underneath there's another piece of it, and same is gonna be on all of these. By looks of it, all of the ones here is still together. There we go. I'm gonna show you this one here. So this is how these washers comes as they both together. So I'm just gonna put that inside. And to me, I have to keep in mind that this one is here underneath and is by itself. So I'm gonna take it off so I don't lose it. So this is how they look. These washers, and obviously this one snapped, and I have two of them now. Well, keep them safe. Now when this is free, I think we can try to proceed. We're gonna move now the brackets, clamps for the injectors. Take all of these out. They are also 12. Ooh, that's tight. That's 1, that's 2, that's 3, and that's 4. Just also to keep in mind that there's another washer, and this is a cone shaped, so it's only one way how you should supposed to put in. So now I'm gonna mark these ones. So this is first, second, third, and fourth. So I just put dots so you know which one came first, which is the last one. Now we beg the mechanic gods that this comes out easy. Oh, there you go. First one just came by itself. Come on, you're gonna come out. There we go. So that's the first one out. So we are off for a good start. Let's see the next one. Oh, next one as well, luckily. Oh, I smudged this slightly off. It's okay. It is wet. Oh, I wish all jobs was like this. Let's not drop the washer here. Oh, this one doesn't want to play, that one. Okay, let's apply a little pressure. So I'm looking for a size that goes over this sleeve. There you go. I take the extension and see if that's gonna budge. Yep. Now we try and apply pressure upwards. Up. Okay, there you go. I should come out now. There we go. There. Alright, and that's for all 4 injectors out. So guys, before I proceed installing new injectors, I wanted to show you something. I just did it off the camera, but I'm gonna show you as well. So I wanted to check if there is an oil inside the cylinders with the endoscope. So I hope you have a good viewing. So this is our cylinder first, closer to the timing belt, and as we can see, this is dry. The walls doesn't look that healthy, but as per combustion chamber, it's dry. Then we go to the so cylinder number 2. Come on. And this one we also can see is pretty dry. Then I move to the cylinder number 3. Come on, go inside. And here we can see an oil or fuel, actually. Let me just soak it in. I'm gonna pull it out. If it's gonna be black, we know it's an oil. And that is a fuel. Maybe that injector was leaking constantly inside. So, but yeah, that was the cylinder number 3. And now if we go to the cylinder number 4, and cylinder number 4 is also dry. So my idea is that cylinders 1, 2, and 4 was alright. Cylinder number 3 injector collapsed, and as I mentioned before, on these ones, when one injector goes, it just kills all injectors. I don't know why this is happening. Maybe if some of you have knowledge about this one, you can comment it below. So we all know why this is happening, but this is not the first Toyota that I had this issue where one of the injectors collapses and then all of them goes and car doesn't start. So the next step is I'm gonna take the injector seals out. I'm gonna clean the injector seat, recut it, as well they're saying, recutting it, and then get the new injectors and install it, and we go from there. So guys, it's a couple days later, and the owner of this car, the dealer, decided instead of replacing all 4 injectors, we took out the number 3 that has a lot of diesel inside and number 1 that was clean, and sent both of them for testing. And so basically the people who tested it, they said the number 1 was nothing wrong with the injector, and the number 3 was completely collapsed inside. That's why it was chucking too much diesel inside, and hence it was a runaway fuel. I don't know why it doesn't start at all after one. Even if the one injector is dead, it should still run on 3 other injectors. But nonetheless, we got the replacement injector, so we're gonna put all other 3 inside, the good ones, and then we're gonna put new number 3 inside now. But before we do that, we need to fish out the old washers. So here you can see the new injector, the injector that I tested it, they gave us a new washer, but the old ones are still inside, so we need to fish them out and then cut the seats and put the new washers inside. And gonna using tool like this, that is to get out the washers from there. I'm not sure is this gonna let me. If not, then I'm probably gonna try to use the hook. If not, then I have to remove this cowl off, and it's not possible. Yeah, it doesn't go inside, so we're gonna have to use just a hook to get them out. So I'm gonna start with the easy small hook.
A few moments later.
And that's how you're supposed to take them off if you have enough room. That is our seal off. So here, while I went to get the new washers for the rest of the injectors, my brother stayed and tried to clean the seats for the injectors and to recut it. Unfortunately, the cutting tool was not able to fit it, so he used other methods available to us to clean the surface as much as we can, so the new washers could seal properly. So, and as you see, this is a new washer, and if you put them on, if you're gonna tilt them, they're gonna fall off. So the way to do it, the trick is to have a little bit grease. I don't have multi-purpose grease, but this is any other grease any grease is gonna be alright. You put it on, you twist it, and now it's not supposed not to come off that easy. So I'm gonna try to put it on now. Goes this way. So it goes, number one goes inside. Like so. I'm gonna take that piece off. 1 second. All same. That's number two. So this is our new injector, and the things before you assemble, you take note of this code here, because this is the code to program them in. Take this out. We'll take photo of the code. We'll start with these bolts for the return pipes. Before we tighten all of these bolts, including the back ones, we have to put the actual fuel feed pipes on. To remember which way they went. So these are gonna be number one and number two. Now once the fuel feed pipes are finger tight, now is the time to tighten these bracket bolts for the injectors themselves. Once that is done, we can then tighten pipes and the return pipe as well. So again, it's size 12 and it's 25 Newton meters. That's 25. And these fuel line pipes, they're meant to be 30 Newton meters, but I'm just gonna go with the good and tight. And what they're saying, they always advise, as long as if you have slackened these union nuts, then you're meant to replace the whole pipes. But I never had issues with reusing them, so go from there. All right, so now when the engine part is done, now we have to program it. So what's interesting, in before experience we had to change all 4 injectors, so this time we're gonna change just one. That's what being advised by the diesel specialist who specializes in these injectors and engines. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe we just need to replace one and the car's gonna start up, although in the past there was no such thing, no such luck, but you never know, you live and learn. So if you have money, obviously it's better if you can put all 4 injectors, because you never know, you replace one and then 5,000 miles later another one's gonna break, and then another one, then another one. So you just keep constantly gonna pay labor. Here we can see, so this is the full code startability fault. It's not gonna specify that it's injectors, but in the past, always where this fault code comes on, it always ends up with the injectors. And from my experience, we had a car where we had a donor car where we swapped everything except injectors, because we never know that if one injector stops, all of them wouldn't fire up. So, and we changed the high pressure pumps and like EGRs and all kind of stuff, and the car still didn't start up. So, and it ended up later we found out it's actually that the injectors is. Well, okay, so next thing, so we need injectors. So, and we're gonna replace, we replaced it in cylinder number 3. Input the code printed on the injector. So this is where it comes, where we took the photo of the previous injector. Where's edit? Swap. Done. So that's our code, and we're reading it, not like 4 and at the bottom, but 1, 2, 3, like 8, 8, 8, like in the lines as you would be reading. So it goes 5, 2, 1, 2, 2, Bravo, 0, 9, 0, 8, 2, 8, Echo, 0, 7, 1, Delta, 0, 0, Delta, 0, Bravo, 1, 8, 0, 0. before. And if you're asking how do I know if it's zeros, I really don't know. I assume it is a zeros because typically they try to stay away from O's as it can get confused. But so we'll see. Obviously, if the car's gonna run rough, we can adjust it. But to me, they all look like zeros, so that's what we're gonna use. We're pressing next. So injector compensation is complete. Next, another or escape to exit this function. So we replace just one. Yes. Escape. So we're gonna go again to the auto scan. We're gonna clear all the fault codes. That's some kind of new one, but okay, we'll see what's happened when we start the car up. I'm gonna reset now. Keys. And the battery is dead, so we need to put the booster. So I just wanted to start the car up, and what I noticed, the previous people who looked at the engine, they left the CGR bolts open. Screws. So I'm gonna try to tighten them before I continue. They cross-threaded this bottom bolt. So, alright, just to start the engine up, this is gonna be enough for us. If it's gonna smoke a bit, it's gonna smoke. Nothing much I can do at this stage. Okay, those bolts looking there, alright. Okay, let's see. Oi! So it runs, it started. So it turns out you just need just one injector to try first before you replace all of them. And yeah, so engine is running. We're gonna put everything back together. I don't know what I'm gonna do about this one. Probably most likely I'm gonna need to repair this one. We can secure airbox as they left it loose as well. So we're gonna leave it running for a while and then go from there. As I think it's a great success. So the car warmed up, and this we've been warmed from the diesel specials that is gonna happen. So it's gonna smoke for a while before it's gonna have to clean out. But other than that, it runs. Now earlier in the video, right after I coded the new injector, you saw those injector related fault codes pop up, even though the injectors themselves were good. That's because on these Toyota diesel engines, coding the injector isn't the final step. Each injector flows slightly differently, so the ECU needs to learn the exact characteristics, and that's done through something called pilot learning. It fine-tunes the small pre-injector events so combustion is controlled properly. Without doing this, the ECU sees a mismatch in fueling and flags injector faults, even when everything is fitted correctly. I didn't film this part unfortunately, as I had to go back to my old garage and borrow a different scanner that could perform this pilot learning. Once that was done, the fault codes disappear and the engine run exactly as it should. And that's another job done here on Everyday Value Mechanic. I just want to say a quick thank you to everyone still watching and supporting the channel. I know uploads has been quiet for a while. It's not that I lost interest, quite the opposite. The new garage been keeping me flat out. I've been working pretty much non-stop trying to get everything running properly and support my family. Making videos is something I genuinely enjoy, but right now it's been a bit struggle to find the time. I'll do my best to keep sharing content whenever something interesting comes into the garage. I really appreciate you sticking around, it honestly means a lot. Catch you in the next video, your valid mechanic out.